Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Hector, or Lorcano the Sorcerer, as you may call me. And today's video is about a deck tech from a list that I've been using lately in championships, and I'm been doing good in championships. And I wanted to share some of my opinions on the core cards of this deck, and also show you the spice cards that made this deck some kind of spicy and different from the original Diggy Diggy Hole created by B Decandio. And for starters, let's begin with the one drops, the usual. For Cindy's, Baby Cindy's. Baby Cindy is a great cost one when you're on the play, because she can sing all the songs that we'll be using in this list, and you can take advantage of that free singing very early and start controlling the board early in the game. And also she is a quester, don't forget that. Some of the majority of the time you will be questing with her, and keeping in mind that all lore that you can gain in this kind of mashups when you're using this list counts. So don't forget she's a quester too. For Daisy Donald's date, I think this is one of the best one drops in the game. It's very difficult for steal songs, steal or challenging removal to deal with her. So it's a very good early option. But also Daisy Donald's date, it's in a mid-game or late-game game winner, because you can use her, play her to end your game easily. I tend to not play Daisy when I see that my opponent's deck has a lot of card draw, and I don't want to give more advantage about card draw, and I refrain from playing her, or I keep her and play her mid game or late game. The other one drop is 3 Happies. Happy is a very tricky. It's very handy, combining him with the Dwarf Mines. And I tend to use him as a mine hopper, hopping from mine to mine, and also he gains evasive in my turn, so I can deal with opposing genies or opposing evasive, especially opposing Diablos. I've been thinking of replacing this with Simba, the one cost that let you draw a card and discard one card, because it can help you filter, discard Lilos. But so far, if you want to take advantage of the Dwarf Mines, having the most amount of knights in the deck, in the list, it's better for now. For the true drops, Cajoons. I used to play 4, but I see that Cajoon is a great card, but this list focus on being aggro on questing, and sometimes having to play on turn 2 a Cajoon does not excel that purpose of being aggro. So it's a very good card. I use it when I go on the draw or second, because it's a very sturdy body and it can protect other characters or the turn one characters, and also is aggro when she is challenging, because she can gain 2 lore when challenging. But I find in my experience that a lot of time the opponent doesn't exert to avoid my gain lore by challenging with her, so I cut it. For Piglets. Piglets is one of the MVP cards in this list. Always on turn 2. It's a menace, it's pressure that we put on our opponent. It quests for 3 when there's 2 or more characters in play, so it has a lot of pressure, and sometimes opponents have to decide whether to brawl or challenge Cindy, Daisy, or Piglet. So it's early pressure in the game. For Lilos, especially for red-blue matchups and purple-red matchups, when Be Prepared is a thing, or board wipe is a thing, you can take advantage of the recursive ability, being able to bring her to the board. And also she's a 2 quester, she's an aggro quester, and is also pressure. One thing about Lilo and this list is you start bringing back Lilo when you have 6 or more ink. So you can bring back a Lilo or 2 and then draw a card. Sometimes we are often top decking with this list, and we have to make sure that we can play what we top deck. So it's better to start playing or bringing back Lilos when we have a lot of ink, so we make sure that we can play our top deck. Four dogs. Dog is the main draw engine of this list, as you may know, and it's also a knight that you can take the advantage of the Dwarf mind hoping, as I call it. And more often than not, you find yourself playing dock and not doing the effect, so you can use the ability of the mines. But also it is good to take advantage of the card draw. There's nothing more to say about this absolutely good card, and this one's even better. Mr. Smee is one of the best 2-drops in the game. He's a 3/3 2-quester, and it's also a good food for Rapunzel. So it's great always to have 4 and not cut that, because it's part of our draw engine package, and part of our 2-drop low cost characters high questing package. For Dwarf Mines, I'm not a fan of mines till this late 2 to 3 weeks. because I felt that the mines were slow, but now I'm getting used to take the advantage of having a 6 body passive lore gaining location that lets you deal or finish some of the damage that maybe a removal song has started. So it's a good finisher for genies and opposing evasive characters that maybe some more maybe it will be more difficult to deal with. For our 3 drops for Pete, there's not a lot to say about Pete. Pete is a good singer for me. It also stopped. That's the secondary. No, I'm kidding. No, the first ability or the first attractive of Pete is that it stops all the actions to be played in the next turn by your opponent. But also I use Pete oftenly to sing. If he is my turn 3 drop, my 3rd drop, and Cindy has been removed so far from my board, I have a new singer on board. Because sometimes you want to evaluate whether it's good to quest with Pete and not take advantage of a song that you can sing with him, because he quests only for 1. The other 3 drop, Lawrence. Lawrence is a big bulky body that quests for 2 and also sings when he has to sing. There's nothing more to say. It also serves the purpose, and it's part of the Draw NG package with Rapunzel. Two of John Silver Shipcook. John Silver Shipcook has proved being very useful, especially against deck that focus their main board removal by challenging and stopping, for example, Madam Ming Fox or other bounce packaging action to be trigger or to be kind of devastating, because he stops some of the one of the attacks, and some more often than not you end with one of your characters surviving the attack of the bounce, maybe the Madam Ming Fox bounce or the crab bounce or such stuff. The MVP, the game winner of this list, is Baloo. Baloo as a bodyguard, he is a protector of my 1 and 2 drops, or my 1st and 2nd drop, and it also is a game locker. Sometimes at the end of the match, the math goes in your favor and you end crashing Baloo against one of the opponent's character to gain the 2 lore, or you continue questing with Baloo and put the pressure on the opponent, so the opponent may remove it, so you gain 2 lore, or you can sing with one of your character, or you can hard cast a removal song to banish and gain that lore. So it's a win-win situation with Baloo. Baloo is my MVP card in this list, and it's the absolute game winner. The songs. the usual powerful steel songs that lets you draw, lets you control, lets you get the advantage of the singing mechanic, and they're still relevant. And finally, my 4 drops, which are Rapunzel, the main one of the draw engines, and an important card because you can take an advantage of the numbers of cards you draw. And also she's a 2-quester, she's a singer, she's a 1/5 of willpower that will be very very difficult for opponents to deal with, or maybe they should think spend a lot of resources trying to get rid of Rapunzel and not target other characters that are also questing for a lot. And last 4-drop, and the spiciest one, is Sven, Reindeer Steed. This card has proven to be an absolute MVP because he can ready a character, but also he can ready a character so that character can sing. It may not quest or challenge, but definitely the character can sing. So it's good to, it's a great top deck. Sometimes you feel like prepping, you get a board wipe and bring back 2 Lilos and you top deck Sven, or bring back 1 Lilo and top deck Sven, and you can ready that Lilo, and sometimes that wins the game if the opponent doesn't have the removal or the way to exert our characters, so they can challenge them. So it's a good addition to the spiciness of the deck, to take advantage of the singing mechanic. And also he's a 2-quester, a 3/3 body that will resist brawl and that will continue questing after the turn he's playing. He can also sing. All my characters can sing. I'm a very fan of the singing mechanic. So this is my list. This is very 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 alike Decandio's actual list as of today. I saw one of his lists and it's very similar. It's running Sven. It's not running Baloo though, or John Silver, but it's running Sven and other things that I have considered. Other considerations can be the Big Cindy. Big Cindy is a great addition to this deck because we'll take advantage of the shift target, which is Baby Cindy, and also Big Cindy is a knight, so she can take advantage of the mind hoping. This deck is fun because you don't need a lot of ink to make plays. You will almost get to have 4 to 5 ink, so you can make all the plays. Sometimes you get 6 and you're very blessed because it's a deck that you always find yourself top decking, but always you will be top decking good cards, impactful cards that will help you go through the distance, especially against red-blue matches that capitalize in board removal, and you had to use a very low cost card so you can fill your board faster. So this is the list. I hope you like the spiciness in it, and be sure to Just stick around to see my next video, and Lorcano the Sorcerer is out.